this operation. Retiring to the watchhouse and ready room area. 9, 8, ignition. Water ball. Main stage. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
The idea of painting electronic sound waves, the created sounds of the 20th century, which communicate the ongoing, unchanging pressures of emotion, of human feeling, is the task to which Jungho Kwon has set himself. With expressionism vis-a-vis science and the languages of both abstract and symbolic art at his disposal, Kwon, choosing to incorporate the sound machine, uses the actual shape of speakers in some of his red, yellow, and blue compositions. His large paired and tripartite paintings balance technology and emotion. The brushstroke, the painter's weapon of emotion, is played against abstract electrical sound patterns, as Kwon gives us the effects of electronic communication in paintings with many intellectual and emotional levels.
In his first one-man exhibition since he came to New York in 1983, Jungho Kwon unveils a new direction in his art, evolving from a desire or need to communicate with his audience. Communication, in fact, has become his subject. His is not so much a search for a definition, but rather a precocious step beyond what communication means. What does it look like? How does it feel? For these new explorations, he has retreated from his former cool, cerebral, minimal style into an aggressive, expressionist mode which ultimately becomes narrative. For Kwon, as for many other contemporary artists, the return to subject matter in the form of objects indicates a more magnanimous approach to painting. His return to the object grew out of his need to find a symbol to convey a particular sentiment. He used a crucifix, for example, to represent the religious situation in his country. Coincidentally, as he dealt with the phenomenon of communication as both intent and content of his painting, he happened upon high-fidelity speakers. The speakers were fixed onto a board, and emanating from them were coarse, deliberate brushstrokes of reverberating, cacophonous color. In the sound paintings, the speaker is the symbol of communication, the brushstrokes, the sounds they transmit. This direct presentation of elements renders the idea at once recognizable. But beyond the obvious message, the artist addresses his own philosophical conundrum. For example, with reference to Taoism, the speaker signifies what is rational in human thinking, or the yin, while the brushstroke is the yang, or the expression of an emotion or feeling. Kwon carries the symbol into his skeleton paintings, where the death skull becomes the horrific emblem of a society obsessed with annihilation. The skeletons adopt a more ghoulish aspect as they appear to be lighted in a clinical, unapologetic manner. This image was impressed upon the mind of Kwon as a child, when he witnessed these disembodied vestiges of human heads in his physician father's laboratory. We see what he perceived in a younger, less informed vision, with no adjustments to the adult sensibility. The symbol becomes more emphatic, more nightmarish for its deliberate naivete. Kwon's large, gestural, energetic paintings seem to cry out to us. We, the participants, become the sounding board in the dialogue between the intellectual and the spiritual. And so, we listen carefully.